Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me, and I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. Hello and good evening to Globetrotting with Gillespie. Me, Dana Gillespie, in the Temple of Art and Music, the TAM, as it's known, and that's in the Elephant and Castle in London. And tonight's a very special night because, in fact, it's an evening of Anthony Newley music. Now, some of you may not even know who Anthony Newley was, but he wrote amazingly famous songs. And for those of us that were around in the late 50s and early 60s, he was a mega huge star. But one of the performers in the show tonight is also a mega huge star. So I'd like you to meet Lenny Beige.
How are you, Dana? Beautiful to see you.
Oh, thank you, Lenny. Now, I'd like you to tell me about what you get up to, because what kind of performances you do.
Okay, and I'm talking about this tonight. In England, they're very sniffy about being, as I call, an all-round entertainer. People are like, oh, you know, just stick to one thing. Americans embrace that kind of laying out your stall. This is what I do it all. So, you know, people like Sammy Davis, you know, those incredible, Dick Van Dyke, they were multi-talented people. So when Newley made it big, he loved America because they really accepted him. So I've taken a leaf out of Newley's book, and when he passed in 1999, and he was like a father figure to me, a mentor and a dear, dear family friend.
You look almost rather like him, actually.
It's been said
It's the
before.
hair.
It is, and unlike Tony's, I can take mine off and put it in a little box with holes in it. But so for me, I can do it big. I can do big showbiz. I can bring it down, make it more intimate. Last show that I did was a tribute to Newley, which is a series of letters and me singing his songs with just Malcolm on the piano. Tonight, we're ratcheting it up a couple of notches. Incredible guests interpreting the genius of Newley, and he did write some of the greatest songs in the 20th century canon.
Well, I'm embarrassed that I knew so little about what he wrote. Tell us some names for the viewers who may not know.
Well, you've really got to start at the biggest, I think, and that is Feeling Good, which you are singing, and my God, I mean, it was the Nina Simone version, I suppose, that everyone knows, but Newley, it was written for his second musical, Roar of the Grease Paint, Smell of the Crowd. And that musical, even before it opened on Broadway, there were more hits before it opened from other artists than any other musical previously. So they were standards, like Feeling Good. What Kind of Fool Am I was another song. Then he wrote Willy Wonka, the film, so you've got Candyman, Pure Imagination. I mean, these are, you know, they are standards. You know, you know, it's like they are international songs. They are known. We've all got a favorite version of those songs.
But he was, for lyrics, he was worked a lot with Leslie Bricusse, didn't he?
Absolutely.
So
who we
was
lost
he more?
recently.
Yeah, we lost him. R.I.P. Leslie.
Yeah.
But was he more of a musician? I mean.
No. The interesting thing was both of them were musically illiterate. You know, they couldn't write.
It's like Lionel Bart.
Like Lionel Bart, exactly.
Couldn't write a note.
No, but it was that thing of having the tune in the head.
Yeah.
Newley very obsessed by lyrics as well.
Yeah.
And they had Ian Fraser, who was like the third point of their triumvirate, of their triangle, who was the arranger, who was the one that they would sing down the phone to, going, we've got a great idea for a song. And credit's always got to go to the arranger, as you know, especially for songs that were written for musicals, to realize that. And but I think they really did share the music and lyric writing duty. It was complete symbiosis. You know, they fed into each other.
And of course, people would always remember Newley from when he was the original Artful Dodger.
Age 14 in David Lean's Oliver Twist with It was Alec Guinness, of course.
Yes,
Yeah.
brilliant it was. Now, Lenny Beige comes out of the closet occasionally. How often is he?
Lenny's, I'm always, I mean, whether I'm doing live
I don't
shows...
mean that literally closety, but...
Listen,
Out of the cupboard.
Out of the cupboard, exactly. I like it. It's the bespoke wardrobes with the louvered Venetian doors. I do live shows still. I've got a big Christmas special coming up at the old Dingwalls in Camden, the Camden
yeah.
Powerhouse.
Oh, what day is that?
That is on the 15th of December. We've
Okay.
got some great guests for that. And I still do my Newley show. I'm doing a Tom Waits show now, which I just did last month, first time. So I'm still working away and just giving the people what they want, which is always more beige.
Well, I keep hearing about you on the radio too. Why is that? Haven't you got a
Because
radio
Martin Green is one of the four people behind tonight's show. Myself, Martin, Tris Penner, and Mike Smith, who is the publisher of Newley's catalogue. Martin has been the soundtrack to when I arrived in the West End. His music was the music we all danced to. I mean, it's not his own music, of course. He just simply puts on records. How hard can it be? But it can be. And the thing is, he's brilliant.
Gotta have taste.
You've got to have the best
right
taste.
taste.
And he was buying up records when nobody wouldn't even give him a second glance. He was the one who knew people were going to dance to this. And so we do a radio show on Soho Radio every month.
Yeah, I think I did it once.
And
with
you
him.
did it a few months ago.
Yes. And so, I don't like to put dates on things, except I know about your Christmas thing.
Yeah.
But has Lenny Beige got bookings way up into next year?
There are a few. There are always a few. And then we're talking about even a Christmas single for next year, weirdly. I've got a new Christmas single out which is called Jewish for Christmas. We've got a 10-foot Hanukkah bush in my hall. I actually rhyme Hanukkah with Auntie Veronica, which I'm quite pleased with as a rhyming couplet.
Well, I'm just happy that somebody uses the word bush. There is no bushes
Exactly,
anymore.
I know.
You go to the ladies' sauna and there's no bush.
Like everyone looks like a dolphin or a porpoise. It's weird, weird and strange. It gives me something to hone in on, a bush. Do you know, that's something to hold on to.
I quite agree. I'm old-fashioned, though. Mind you, you've got the bush on your head for
Exactly,
now.
And like I said, this is my showbiz bush, and then there's a more relaxed evening bush. It's a wig for all occasions.
And I have to touch. Ladies and gentlemen, it's lovely sort of brine nylon-y stuff.
As I said, if you come at me with a naked flame, I'll go up like an oil refinery. But I thought it's that kind of halfway. You see, this is beautiful. This is like it was made for a Maharaja, and these incredible
it
bangles.
was made in India, and these come from India.
Fabulous.
I'm nearly always dressed in. I love India.
Fabulous.
But I mean, where on earth who on earth wears that in real life?
Well, obviously I do.
Yes.
The Dickie Bow, the man who makes all my clothes, Maurice Montague of Old Street, we weave with care the hair that you wear. And
the bling.
The bling, of course, and this one was sold to me by my uncle Maury on his deathbed. Beautiful. So, I try and keep up I think it's important to be show business because, we're living in a time when it's just, it's homogenized, and I like to still be bespoke.
Well, I quite agree with you because actually, certainly in the music scene, I'm always despairing because everything you hear, everyone's voice sounds the same because they're all goes through the same machinery.
Absolutely.
So there's very little individuality.
And also there's no margin for mistake. And I think the mistakes are where the beauty is as well. The strange moments where you go, I wouldn't do it like that again. But you need to hear that. You need to kind of embrace. They're not errors. They aren't mistakes. But it's finding your way. And I think and especially in your genre as well. There's not enough showbiz.
Well, my days of treading the boards, as in musicals, are definitely over. But you'd go. If somebody offered you one, would you go back and be in a musical?
I would. I haven't done a musical for a long time. I did a musical version of King Lear many years ago with the very young Dean Gaffney from EastEnders. I can't commit. Can you commit? They're like a year-long contract. Do you want to be doing that for a year?
No, when I did Superstar in 1972, the only reason I said yes, because they amazingly gave me a 3-month contract. Okay, I stayed for a year in the end.
Yeah.
But, it is that thing of serious commitment.
Absolutely.
But I'm so looking forward to seeing Lenny Beige tonight to do his thing. What songs are you singing?
I'm doing a lesser-known one to open the show, which is called It's a Musical World, from his third musical, The Good Old Bad Old Days. But it's a sort of quite a very apposite opening number, doing a little bit of Pure Imagination. I'm doing Oompa Loompa as well, from Willy Wonka.
Right.
And my God, you're doing...
I'm going on after you.
Yeah.
I've got to go on after you. How dreadful, how difficult.
Not at all.
Anyway, we're going to have fun tonight.
Oh, my God.
Anyway, Lenny, I want to thank you for coming on to Globetrotting. And so, ladies and gentlemen, this is the end of this little bit of interview. I think we'll be able to see a little bit of the show tonight. We'll cut to it now. And thank you for watching. Till next time.
Beautiful people. Thank you. Beautiful. Beautiful people. Not all of them, obviously.
It goes with your Bry Nylon.
I knew Bry Nylon once. He still owes me a tenner.
Fish in the sea, you know how I feel. Rivers running free, oh, you know how I feel. Blossom on the tree, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. Dragonfly out in the sun, you know what I mean. Butterflies out having fun, you know what I mean. Sleep in peace when day is done, I know what I mean. And this old day is a new world and a bold world for me. And I'm feeling good, yeah, I'm feeling good. Stars, when you shine, you know how I feel. Scent on the pine, ooh, you know how I feel. Freedom is mine, that's how I feel. And this new dawn is a new day, it's a new world for me. And I'm feeling good, oh yes, I'm feeling good. Yeah, I'm feeling good. Oh, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. Thank you.
I got a final puzzle for you. If you're wise, you're gonna listen to me. What do you get from a glut of TV? A pain in the neck and an IQ of 3. Why don't you just try reading a book? Or could you just not bear to look? You'll get no commercials. Oompa-loompa, doompa-dee-da. If you're not smart, you will go far. You will live in happiness too, like the Oompa-Loompa.